friend George Smith. Actually, I should say great friend George Smith from Santa Maria, California. He owns Mobileworx, Tintworx. George, say hi to everybody.
Good morning, everybody.
So anyway, we were struggling with some technical difficulties, but you know, the more we do this, we promise the better we'll get. Anyway, we're on episode 2, Telephone Our Friend, and George is going to ask me some questions about the telephone. I got a little bit of idea what he's talking about, but what we're going to do is I'm going to allow George to pick my brain. So, George, with that said, greet everybody, or you already greeted everybody, but, ask away as far as Telephone Our Friend.
Well, Dale, is there a particular way, to answer the phone? I mean, when you call other businesses and some people answer the phone as, Mobileworx or, hello, this is Mobileworx, or how should we be answering the phone? I mean, what's your best way that you know of, like, greeting? Do you have a particular way?
Well, at first I used to say, thank you for calling Dell Ellis International. This is Dell. How may I help you? But then, George, a smart man learns from their mistakes. A smarter man learns from others' mistakes. A genius learns from other people's successes. So I'm actually, flying on this plane and they go, thank you for choosing blah, blah, blah airlines. So instead of going, thank you for calling Dell Ellis International. This is Dell. How may I help you? I said, thank you for choosing Dell Ellis International. This is Dell. How may I assist you? And some people say, well, Dell, you're kind of nitpicking about, what you say. Absolutely. Every word matters. Every word you say matters. Every word, the way you say matters. Every word matters. George, another thing is, we talked about this on the last broadcast, that when the phone rings, man, you better be smiling. Because there's people on the other line that, aren't smiling, and people can pick up on that. As crazy as it sounds, it's true. So thank you for choosing Dell Ellis International. This is Dell. How may I assist you? Okay. Was that a good answer there?
That's a good way to answer the phone. So that's just mostly like, answering the phone and greeting them. So, Dale, I mean, I get a lot of people always calling in. They're always asking about prices, and I know you got a way, or you're going to teach us how to not really give them a price. But I mean, I get tons of phone calls, people asking, can you give me a price on, say, window tinting? I mean, how do you go about, trying to really get them in off the phone without giving them a price? Can you go into detail a little bit about that?
So we're going to start off with you're going to be that caller, all right? And we're going to pretend that you're calling me, and I answer the phone. Thank you for choosing Dell Ellis International. This is Dell. How may I assist you today?
Yeah, can you give me a price, maybe tinting my Honda Accord?
Absolutely. Before we get started, though, may I ask who I'm talking with?
My name is George Smith.
Uh, okay, George Smith. You mentioned a Honda Accord, man. Tell me, what year is your Honda Accord, George?
It's a 2019.
2019. Is it a two-door or four-door?
It's four-door.
Four doors. Okay. And tell me, George, what color did you get?
I got the white one.
The white one. White doesn't show dirt, does it?
No, not as much. I've had one before, and that's the reason why I bought another car, white.
So you had a Honda Accord before and you decided to stick with it, or did you have something else?
Yeah, I had one before, so I had about 250,000 miles on it, so I figured it lasts that long. I'll buy another one.
And 2004. And did you have the windows tinted at that time, George?
Yes.
And may I ask where you went before?
It was just another local shop. I really didn't like going back there.
Really, what happened, George?
Well, when I first had it done, I had to go back a couple of times, so just I thought I'd call around searching for another place.
I see. So they didn't take care of you, is that right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. And why did you choose them in the first place over everybody else?
A couple of my friends had, had their cars down there, so I thought I'd try them out.
Uh-huh. And besides price, is there another reason why you're searching around?
Um, I just, call around trying to get the prices. I mean, see who has the, best price. But
So let me ask you this, George. I know you can call around and I know you can hear cheap prices, and I'm sure you have already. But let me ask you something. If you owned my facility, you'd have to make a decision. Do we want to get out cheap prices to get people in and try and switch them, or do it a more ethical way, and that's set up a consultation so I can look at your brand new 2019 wide Honda Accord with the 4 doors. Tell me, George, if you owned our facility, what would you do?
well, I mean, at least I'm just calling right now to get a price. But I mean,
Hmm.
I'd love to come in, but I don't have time right now.
Okay, so when do you plan on getting this done, George?
I'm hoping to, today or tomorrow.
So let me get this straight. You're just looking for a price, but the last place you went to you weren't very happy with. Is price always your main motivating factor, George?
No, not really. But I mean, it is and it isn't. I just want to,
So,
compare a little bit.
mhm. Well, the thing about it is when you compare prices, you're only looking are thinking about numbers. You can't see the quality and the way we treat customers. George, can I send you a pin right now? And you said today or tomorrow. I do have time at 2 o'clock or tomorrow at 1. Which works better for you, George?
I'll come by today then.
Okay. And what's your, is this, can you give me your cell phone number?
805-896. Number.
Being tight with your phone number, are we, George?
Yeah. We're live, baby.
So, hey, listen, man, I cannot wait to see your new Accord. And when you see what we have to offer that's far superior than anybody else, you're glad that you're gonna come in today. Trust me. I'll send you that pin right now. My name is Dell, if you could write that down, George. And I look forward to seeing you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, so George, what did I do differently than most shops do?
Avoided giving the price of a phone or the price of the window tint.
Hmm. And now there's some selling laws everybody needs to understand. Whoever asks the questions leads the conversation. Whenever you get in trouble, here's another selling law. Whenever you get in trouble in selling, ask a question. You see, George tried to sidestep me. Really, what he was trying to do is he was trying to sell me on giving him a price. But see, what I found out, George, is if you give a cheap price, they always remember the cheapest price. Is that right?
Correct.
And if you give a high price, do you even get to see them?
No.
So it's it's not a win-win situation. Now, the other thing, some people say, well, some people are going to get mad and they're not going to come in. Well, you know what? A lot of people ain't coming in now. And what I found out, and my clients who I've trained, what they found out is this is like a funnel. And, do we want a bunch of, as I call them, I learned it from my client, Richard from Miami, TWs. I go, what are TWs? He goes, time wasters. And,
so this is
go ahead.
so this is some of the examples that you teach and train on then.
Absolutely. And, listen, I've been doing this for, oh man, hard to say, 50 years in sales. And I got started when I was 15 years old. My dad had his own shop. Uh, what I did when I had my facility, though, is every time I lost on the telephone, I would evaluate it because experience is never our best teacher. Evaluated experience is always our best teacher, George. So, okay, so Let's go to the next question. What else do you get hammered with, George?
I mean, do you set appointments over the phone? And like sometimes I do it and these people don't show up. I mean, how do you go about setting appointments, and how do you feel about setting appointments over the phone?
Well, we could go into more detail because I don't like the word appointments. And the reason why I don't like the word appointments is what, besides what we do, what type of services ask for appointments?
Well, I mean, somebody will ask that you install a
No,
stereo.
no, no, no. You're not understanding. If you call your doctor, what do they want to do? They want to set an appointment, right?
Correct.
If you call an attorney, they want to set an appointment. Your vet wants an appointment. Your dentist wants an appointment. Are appointments much fun?
No.
Then why would I want to do something that's not much fun?
True.
So what I do is I set up consultations, free consultations, 15, 20-minute free consultation. Do you understand the difference, George?
Yes. I mean, consultation would be something that I'm taking a look at their car and evaluating it, trying to give them a price. But I mean, I'm saying that maybe
No,
when the customer.
whoa. We're not trying to give them a price. We're trying to make the sale.
Okay.
That's the number one goal. What's the number one goal, George? Get a
Make the sale.
face-to-face. No, we get a face-to-face meeting first without giving out a price, and then when they get there, make the sale. But we have to set
Okay.
the standard. See, we have to set the standard. All things being equal, George, you finish that sentence for me?
All things created equal, I'll buy from the cheapest place.
Exactly.
So how do we become unequal?
Well, number one, I wrote down that you used to have a 2004 Honda. Okay. Then you got a 2019, you got white, you went to another shop, you weren't happy with what you got. So when you come into my facility, I'm going to summarize our entire phone conversation. Based on me doing that, did that unequal me from everybody else?
Yes, I mean, it showed like you cared and had more concern to listen and understand what I was, wanting to do.
So people don't care how much we know, George, until they know how much we care.
Correct.
Okay? So
Yes.
So back to your question. Go ahead and repeat it again. I want to make sure we're on track here.
Well, my question is when a customer calls in, they're already happy with our services. They just want to set an appointment. But
Okay,
sometimes
so
they'll set an appointment, but they don't show. There's a no show.
you didn't get any money from them when they called in, did you?
No.
There's no skin in the game. Why should they show?
Exactly. And it kind of wastes a lot of our time. Do you have a solution for that or a way to?
Absolutely, because we're so. Remember, a smart man learns from other people's successes. There's some 5-star restaurants in LA. And when you call them, George, you have to leave a $50 deposit. And in fact, if you don't show, they keep your $50. Now, what I would share with somebody, we're extremely busy. And because of that, we require an initial amount to get you on our calendar. Do you feel comfortable with $100 or would 25 work for you?
25. They
Okay,
always go for the cheapest.
absolutely. But so if they always go for the cheapest, you could say $100 or $50. And George,
Right
I
now
need
they
to
got.
get, I need to get your, what's the name on your card, George? What's the
George.
card number? What's the expiration date? What's the what's the little code on the back? See, I'm going to go right down it. They go, whoa. Go listen, we have store policies. What I can't have is I can't set up an appointment with somebody and they not show. By the way, if you go to your doctor, George, and you set up an appointment, you don't show. Oh, they just let you skate with no charge, right?
Right.
They don't, do they?
They don't.
You see, when you do the things you fear, you control fear. But see, if we don't do this, then what happens is our tech walks up to him and goes, "Hey, where's our 9 o'clock appointment?" George, where are they, man? You booked these guys for all day. Where are they? George, call them. And then you call, and of course, it goes to voicemail. And then if you do get a hold of the person, oh, well, I forgot I had a nail appointment.
Correct.
And if you got to get the money. I had a guy come in my facility one time, George, we're face to face, and I go, hey, man, I can't put you on the calendar unless you got to cough up some dinero. And he goes, all I got is $5. I go, and normally I charge $50 minimum. Okay. And I go, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to break the rules. You're going to give me your $5 and I'm going to give you $2 back. Here's why, George. In the old days, we had a saying, never take a man's last dollar, but gas was, $1 a gallon. So I'm going to give you $2 back. That way, I'm not taking your last $2. Are we good? And he goes, yeah, go for it. Well, what happened is he started referring a bunch of his friends because I bent the rule for him. And he still showed up, George. Next question, please.
So I often ask some questions like, when I'm answering the phone, how did you hear about us?
Okay, well, I would go into later on detail. So let's go back to the price thing. The guy's beating me up on price. Man, can't you give me a ballpark figure? Have you ever heard that one, George?
All the time. Can't you just give me a price? Why can't you give me a price?
So can I put you on hold for just a moment, George?
Okay.
So the other selling rule on the telephone is if you ever get in trouble, put them on hold. Now remember, the one that asks the questions leads the conversation. So I take them off hold and I go, George, are you still there?
Yes.
George, let me ask you something. How did you find out about us? Was it one of our many 5-star reviews, or did a friend refer you to us like last time?
Well, my friend did, but I also saw a bunch of reviews.
And which 5-star review did you like the best, George?
The lady commenting about her Honda Accord. I mean, she said she got an excellent job, so it really caught my attention. That's what really made me call, your store.
So let me get this right, George. Whatever you get done, you want it done with excellence. Is that correct?
Yeah, I just want a good job. My last time wasn't a very good experience. I mean, had to take the car back. The guys, took longer. I don't know if they were just, not professionals or not.
George, when you come in, man, I'm going to show you why we're one of the best of the best. Is 2 o'clock okay, or do you want to come by tomorrow at 3?
2 o'clock would be great.
I'll see you then. And by the way, I have your phone number, 805-996, number. Is that right?
That's the number.
I'll send you the pin right now, and I'll see you at 2 o'clock, sir. I can't wait to see your car, man.
All good comments. So you do professional training, one-on-ones?
Yes, I do.
How do we reach you?
Dell, DEL, like the computer, but with one L, help us at gmail.com. By the way, we're having a contest coming up, and there's 4 ways to win. You'll get a one-on-one training, okay? But you follow us on Facebook at Dallas International. That's one way to enter. You tag 3 friends. That's another way. You share the post. That's another way. Or if you're on YouTube, you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And, don't forget to ring the bell. And then lastly, message me your email address along with any questions you might have. And all those will get you entered into a one-on-one with me, George.
Awesome.
Anyway, let's keep going, man. We're running short on time. What other, come on, man, pick my brain.
So I have customers that want to do like a deposit. I mean, how do you handle special orders if somebody wants to order something and they want to leave a deposit? I mean, what do you do? Initial fee, or you try to collect it all?
Well, if it's a special order, we got to collect it all, man. Because if they get squirrely and change their mind, the manufacturer's going to still want their money. And when you got it all, You just taken them off the market too, haven't you, George?
Yeah.
So that eliminates that.
That keeps them from shopping.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Because
mean,
if you don't
how do you go about asking?
well,
I
George,
guess we're
okay,
attracting.
so your 2019 Honda Accord, George, and you want this special, I don't know,
Spoiler.
spoiler. And the thing about it is it's white. Did you want the white or the black one, George?
White.
Okay, so you want it to all look the same, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so now this require, I'm going to special order this. And the only way for me to special order is we need you to take care of the whole amount. Now, we'll exclude the labor to save a little bit of money right now. Did you want to use your Visa or MasterCard, George?
Visa.
I'm done.
Okay. I'm just trying to get the word tracking that, to teach everybody how to properly address this in these videos to help them.
Well, we're supposed to stay on the telephone topic, and you're taking me off that topic.
Well, these are
So,
just things that I get asked on the phone, so I'm just trying to stump you and
well,
pick Dell's
see,
brain.
okay, so on the phone, there's a different approach. We have to get a face-to-face meeting. That's the number one goal without giving out a price.
Well, then some people don't want to give a face-to-face meeting.
Then you don't have time for them. They just fell out of the funnel.
Okay, so if they can't come in the store,
They ain't gonna buy. They're just trying to
price.
They're trying to pick your brain.
Okay,
See,
so don't even give them a
are
price.
they better? See, I have people call me, George, and say, "Yo, I'm 5 hours away. Can't you give me a price?" Go. Let me ask you this: why are you looking at a facility 5 hours away? What? Everybody in your town sucks?
No, I've just heard you're really good, so I'm just trying to get a ballpark.
So you're thinking it's worth the drive. Listen,
yes.
We have plenty of options. Trust me, it'll be worth the drive, won't it?
I've heard so.
Okay, well, let's see if they were telling the truth or not. Okay. By the way, 805-996 number is your phone number. Is that right?
Yes.
George, I'm going to drop you a pin right now, and I'll see you when you get here, man.
So another question I always get is, do you guys sell ceramic, film?
That's a great question. Tell me, George, how did you find out about ceramic?
Well, I called this other shop, and they were talking about different films. And the guy said it was like $200. When I called another shop, the guy goes, "There's no way. $200 must be fake."
Well, let me ask you something, George. In your city, there's this restaurant called Shaw's.
Yes.
And they sell hamburgers. How much are their hamburgers?
They're about $15.
Okay. And if we go to McDonald's, how much are their hamburgers?
$1.99.
$1.99.
McDonald's nowadays is probably $7.
So let me ask you this, George. They're both hamburgers. What makes one better than another?
Quality.
George, are you interested in quality, or you just want the cheapest price?
I want the quality.
I have time available tomorrow at 3, or is Wednesday at 4 work better for you, George?
So you're giving them a choice of 2.
That's called the power of 2.
The power of 2.
Never give them a choice between doing and not doing. Always give them a choice between doing it this way or doing it that way. I'm not going to ask you, when can you come in?
Okay, I see. That's a better way of asking the question. Then you'll get the yes answer.
Well, I want to see if I go, hey, tomorrow at 3 or Thursday or Wednesday at 4, and you say, actually, I can't make it to Friday at 5. You know what I say? Okay. So it's kind of like my kids. They've been around this their entire life. They're like 3 or 4 years old, and they go, Daddy, can we get this, can we get this dessert? No. Daddy, what about this one? No. Daddy, you like this one. And that's how they won. So never give them a choice between doing and not doing. Always give them a choice between doing it this way or doing it that way. Next question, George. We got like 4 minutes and 40-something seconds.
Do you guys offer more services besides window tint? I mean,
What were you thinking, George?
I'd like to add some clear bra,
Mm-hmm.
paint protection, or
All
ceramic
right.
coating. Do you offer anything like that?
We got you covered, man. So think about how awesome this is. One-stop shop. Mobileworx.
What brand do you use?
We have different options. Depending on your budget, will dictate what options. But let me ask you this, George. If we buy a filet mignon, which is USDA prime, which is the best steak you can buy, well, unless it's aged for 30 days, and we throw it on the barbecue, man, and we're watching a football game, we forget all about it. And 3 hours later, man, it's like leather. Now, it's the best that you could get. Is that right?
Yes.
But it's only going to be as good as the preparation. Is that correct?
Correct.
Does the brand really matter, or are you more concerned about the preparation, George?
Well, I just hear so many different things. I thought I'd ask.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. By the way, all of our tinters are factory certified, and we guarantee our results. Would Thursday at 4 work for you, or prefer Friday at 5?
Very good. Thursday.
So, Thursday at 4, 2019 white Honda Accord. We're gonna do the bra. We're gonna do the paint protection. We're gonna do the ceramic, and we're gonna do the what was it? The wind
Spoiler.
the spoiler. Man, I can't wait. I can't wait to see the look on your face when we get this project done.
Excellent.
So George, what are your takeaways, sir?
Well, one, always ask questions and keep on asking questions. And if you get in trouble, you can put them on the phone, pause for a minute, then come back, and it's your chance to pick up the conversation, lead the conversation. But the main thing is to lead the conversation, and then always keep on asking questions. And at the same time, ask 2 questions when you're trying to set the appointment. Is today at 2 the best for you, or tomorrow at 3 o'clock? And if you get some feedback from them, they say Friday works best for them, schedule them for Friday.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing I noticed is you continue to use my name throughout the whole conversation talking to me. You also reference my car several times. And I think with this kind of conversation, you've broken down the customer to feel more comfortable talking to you and your professionalism about your store in comparison when you're calling other shops. That's what I notice between us talking.
And you call, when we were at your shop, remember we called that one shop and they go, "What?" I go, "Do you guys tint windows?" Right. The guy goes, I go, "Do you guys tint windows?" "Yeah, what do you want?"
Yeah.
That was unbelievable. But see, most places I call, "What's your cheapest price on something?" And then what they'll do, $99, right? Or $199 for an alarm or whatever, right? They don't ask me what kind of car it is. They don't ask me my name. They just give out a price. You can tell they're pissed off answering the phone. You could feel it because they're not smiling. And all things being equal, they're going to go
to the cheapest place.
That's right.
But the cheapest place doesn't always work out.
That's a fact. Anyway, George, I want to thank you, man, for picking my brain. I want to thank those reviewing. Be sure to, email me at delhelpus@gmail.com if you have any questions. And listen, we'll put them on the next broadcast. And we'll see you next Monday morning at 6:30, George.
Awesome.
And all of our viewers, same bat, what is it? Same bat time, same bat station. Have a
Well, I hope
great
this helps
day.
everybody.
I hope it helps them too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.